What's going on, arcade nerds? A company sent me something in the mail, and I think it's pretty badass. And I want to do kind of like a review on it, and I want to show you guys, I want to share it with you. I'm going to open the package up. So far I opened the box, but I didn't actually open the package. But it is a vector related item, and if I give it my thumbs up, I'll let you guys know. But I want to compare it to the original. You know what I mean? And let's see how it works, and let's see what it looks like, and let's find out what I'm talking about, right? This guy. And this is Flight Yoke USB adapter by a company called ALAN-1. Okay? And it goes with this giant box. Have you guys guessed what this is yet? That is heavy. Okay, this is a replacement yoke for the game Star Wars, or Star Wars Empire Strikes Back, or whatever. Okay. If you haven't noticed, the price of a Star Wars yoke is $300 to $400, a used one, and then good luck trying to find it. Hell, maybe even more than $400. I'm not in the business to, you know, I don't keep up on all this stuff. So this company has made a reproduction yoke, and now they're selling it. The company's called ALAN-1, of course. Here's a user's manual. I like this, man. It's all nicely. Oh yeah. Oh, it even has a sticker on it. But this is brand spanking new. Look at that. Was the original? Oh, I'm gonna compare this to my original. But did the original have clickies on these buttons right here? I don't know. We'll find out in a second.
Upstairs, but I can't remember.
We will compare. We will find out. But that actually feels right. Actually, it feels maybe mine is loose or something. That feels more solid, doesn't it? And of course, you have your gears. Now, on the original yoke, these gears are, I want to say, nylon or plastic or something like that. And there was an issue with the original gears. They would, over time, over all those years, they would shrink, and it would crack around the axle, the center. And these are aluminum, so that's kind of cool. You'll never have to worry about these gears breaking compared to the original. Now, why would somebody want one of these? Well, there are several. You see, a Star Wars arcade machine. What's the first thing to die in an arcade machine? I mean, in longevity, besides the boards, I would say it's the cabinet. Often the cabinets are rotting away, and there's all these people that are producing new cabinets. Well, if you're going to get a brand new cabinet, you know, you could theoretically fill in all the missing pieces and build yourself a Star Wars. Not to mention, soon there will be a brand new Star Wars board being produced. Yes, the audio side will be FPGA, and the video and the CPU side are going to be one-to-one copies, clones. So new Star Wars boards are coming out soon, and there's people that might want to play Star Wars in MAME. I know there's a lot of MAME guys out there, and you can actually play with this in MAME, and that's where I'm coming to the next box. This is a, I'm going to open this sucker up. Razor blade. Where's my razor blade? This is a joystick interface board that will connect your yoke to USB. So you can connect a Star Wars yoke directly into a computer and control it. I'm going to test that out in this video too. Let's see how accurate it feels. All I can tell you is how it feels. But so yeah, let me take this upstairs and let's compare it to an OG original Star Wars yoke. Okay, well, we have them both side by side now. My wife went up and she took the one off of one of my Star Wars. First thing I noticed, I was right. The original, it's not clicky, this button. Neither of these buttons. And this one, it is clicky. Which, to be honest, I like the clicky buttons better. But it is technically different than the original. But I like the clicky buttons better, honestly. But anyway, so I don't know if you can see this or not, but the artwork, the sticker is slightly different. This one's a little darker, and some of the detail is kind of gone compared to the original. The original has lots of little speckles and stuff. This one looks like it was photocopied or something. I mean, I don't want to bash this thing, but that is one thing I am very picky when it comes to art. But on an upside here, as you can see, the original plastic, the original aluminum casing was kind of sloppy from the factory right here, right? Both sides. It never really shelled together really nicely. But the repro shells together very nicely. It looks much better than the original yoke. It looks much better than the original yoke. Anyway, so let's flip these up. And like I said before, this has metal gears, aluminum gears. It looks like it was CNC machined or something like that. And the original has these chintzy plastic gears. Okay? Which, hey, that's a plus. This is going to last you a long time. These have been known to break over the years. So that's a cool thing. They obviously the hardware is in the same places. They use a stop nut. They use a stop nut. The springs look identical. The shafts look identical. I mean, this. If I'm bumping the camera around. If I hadn't told you, you would have never known this is not an original yoke, except for the clicky buttons. You know what I mean? So let me open it up and let's see what they look like on the inside. So far, I would say this is built better than the original yoke. But let's open it up just for fun. Let's see what they look like on the inside. Also, something to point out. The original has security screws here and here. They are the Torx bit screwdriver heads with the hole in the center. And I was able to get all of mine loose except for one. And this uses actual Phillips head screws, which is okay in a home environment, no big deal. So I'm gonna have to make this security bit into a flathead. Oh jeez. Boom. Okay, the covers are now off. Now, let me show you the original cover first. This is an original yoke cover. You can see where the bends are and so forth. And here is the repro. They use the same gauge steel, as you can see here, and it looks perfect. Absolutely. I'm trying to notice a difference, but I can't see one. Not really. Anyway, so the bend of the metal looks excellent, and oh, get out. They even matched the stamps. You see that? See the stamp on the steel? Let me get this out of the camera real quick. I want to make sure. Yeah, they did. There is a stamp on the metal. See that? They actually matched the stamp on the metal. That's actually above and beyond. But okay, so let's check out the guts. Now, one thing I thought was really cool is they actually matched the exact same wire. They had the exact same colors, the exact same areas, and I mean it's just pretty cool. And also, I can see they used a high quality potentiometer. I'm curious who makes it. Let me look at it closely. I don't recognize the brand, but I believe the originals were made by ALAN-Bradley, but I could be wrong. I'm going to check. Yep, they were ALAN-Bradley. ALAN-Bradley is a high quality potentiometer, but this looks just like an ALAN-Bradley. But yeah, the springs look identical. It's really cool to see everything so shiny in here. One thing that I wanted to look at is I wanted to see if they really centered the potentiometer. When I say centering the potentiometer, I'm talking about when it returns to 0, is it really in the center? And one thing I noticed is this definitely is. You can actually watch it. That brings the potentiometer right to center. And the funny thing is, my original does not center the potentiometer precisely. So that was kind of cool. So obviously they must have calibrated these, you know, before they shipped them out, of course. But yeah, everything looks great. Yeah. Oh, and there's rubber that's right here, and that goes soft. Matter of fact, let me see if I could. Oh yeah, I'm pulling mine out. Look at that. See this soft, gooey rubber? That is in all of these yokes. I mean, that part always goes, and it has a little bit of a jiggle to it, a little bit of a wiggle to it, and this is new. That's new. So I don't know. It's kind of cool. There's definitely some plus sides on getting a new yoke, but I will tell you my number one thing about this. My number one thing is they used a metal gear on that potentiometer. Can you see it? And this potentiometer has the original flat gear. Okay, let's see if I can see. Mine is not cracked, but this plastic shrinks and cracks, and that's like that. And potentiometers, in my opinion, is probably the number one cause of failure of this yoke. So I would assume this is a much more reliable yoke, which is pretty cool to hear, you know. Okay, well, I took the side covers off of the handles, and once again, they did use the exact same color wires, exact same size. Pretty cool. And I guess I'm wrong. The original does use clicky limit switches. Can you hear it? I dropped my spring down there. Anyways, the original does use clicky switches. I'm going to put that down here for now. And so I wondered, and here's the original on my left hand, and here's the original on my right hand, and this one here is the repro. They look very, matter of fact, it looks like the repro is cleaned up in actually a nicer, what do I say, a nicer mold. It really does. But I thought, I wonder if one will fit on the other. And it looks like they do not. This is, and the reason why is because of the size of this hole. Can you see how this hole's that size? This hole's a slightly smaller. The slightly smaller one is the original. And it looks like they did that for some reason, but that's okay. If you really wanted to, I suppose you could put the new on the old, but you can't put the old on the new. You see what I'm saying? But I like it. I was wrong. I thought that the originals were not clicky. They are. So this is just like the original. So what do I think? These are just my opinions now, okay? In my opinion, the welds are nicer on the ALAN-1 yoke. It has much thicker, heavier welds. The casting for the handles, they are more precise and they fit better than the originals. It has metal gears instead of the plastic gears. So, in general, in my opinion, this is a much better quality yoke than the original yoke. How about that? I do have a complaint. I'm not too fond of the art. That sticker is a little off, in my opinion. As you can see, the colors are different, and this area right here is clearly different than this area over here. But I mean, that's something you kind of have to deal with when it comes to reproduction art. Okay, but I think it's great so far. So let's hook it up and let's hook it up to the computer and let's play Star Wars or whatever on the computer first. Okay, so now I'm going to hook this guy up so I can play with this on the computer. So I'm going to connect this. I'm going to connect this to the yoke. Okay, and now I'm going to connect USB up to this guy right here. Okay, and it installs itself. It's installed, ready to go. So, I'm going to start up MAME here. The cool thing is, it's already pre-configured to work with MAME right out of the box. So that's kind of cool. Okay, so I'm going to coin up, and I'm going to hold this yoke like this, just so I can play it temporarily. And it's doing its job. Cool thing is, there's no calibration of any kind. You just plug in, and it's already ready to go. It's set to MAME's preset stuff. Okay, so now we're in the calibration screen. Windows is built into Windows, and I can move it. Here's my buttons. I see 0 lag, so that's good. That's good. I know sometimes you can feel a noticeable lag on some of these controllers, but I don't think I see any. Okay, so I just happen to have 2 Star Wars machines side by side in my arcade. So I want to do like it's hard to transfer how I feel these controllers might act through video, but I'm going to, first off, let's just take a look at this one. Let's take a look at this one. And okay, let's try to go by sounds. This is nice and quiet, right and left. This has a little bit of a wiggle to it. And this feels just the same way, right and left. This has no wiggle to it, barely any wiggle. Let's turn this. The spring tension feels the same. Now on this one I can actually hear the gears cogging, and that's probably to be expected, some with all metal gears. Here, can you hear that? And then here's the original. But I mean, that's it's still. I mean, I don't mean to insult this thing at all. It looks great. So let's let's play them. Let's just hook this up. Let's plug these machines in and let's play a couple games. Okay, all right, here we are. I'm gonna go ahead and start this. The regular controller. See if I can.
Within 5 standing by.
It's working. Feels just the same, really. Feels fine, man. They both feel identical. After some time playing with this in MAME, I adjusted some of the slider controls for the joystick inputs, and yeah, I think I found the sweet spot. So, you know, I think this actually works perfectly now in MAME. Anyways, so that was my video on this. I give this thing a thumbs up. You know, if any other company wants me to check anything out, I gladly will, but keep in mind, I'm going to be honest, positive or negative, you know. But, alright guys, have a good one. Please hit that subscribe button or hit the bell icon afterwards or whatever. Have a good day.